You love my mug as much as I do. Why do I always drop the stuff? Get it together, Brittany. Get it together.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do a makeup look, obviously. If you didn't know, that's what I do here. So I'm gonna do I think like a bronzy winter makeup look. Everybody likes bronze. It looks good on everybody. Bronze is pretty universal, I feel like. So, you know, why not, I guess. First thing I'm gonna do is prime. So I just picked up the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I've heard good things about this. I've used it a couple times. I don't really know how I feel about it yet. I don't know if I love it, if it does anything. I'm not really sure. So we'll see. I'm just gonna take my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. This is just the brush that I usually use for my foundation. And I'm gonna stick it in the primer and apply that to my face. I'm just gonna let that set for a second. It says to let it sit for like 30 seconds before you apply your foundation. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna go with foundation, and I'm gonna use my Juvia's Place Stick Foundation in Barcelona. This is what it looks like. And I'm just gonna apply it. And then I'm gonna take the same Real Techniques Expert Face Brush and just gonna blend all this out. So then I'm gonna go in with some concealer. So I'm just gonna use the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the color Light. And then I'm also gonna use the e.l.f. 16 Hour Camo Concealer in the color Fair Warm, just to kind of help brighten everything up a little bit more, because that one's really light. And this one is like my skin tone, if not honestly a little bit dark for me. So sometimes I feel like the e.l.f. Camo Concealer can be a little bit drying on its own. So I like to mix it with these ones because I feel like these ones are a little bit more creamy. And they kind of help it blend out a little bit better. Alright, and then I'm just going to use my Real Techniques sponge. It's very dirty. I need to clean it, but sometimes I just don't want to. And then I'm going to use my Iconic London setting spray and just spray the Beauty Blender so it gets nice and damp. And then just blend, you know? And I always take my concealer up on my eyelids to like prime them for, prime them for eyeshadow. So then I'm gonna use the Fit Me concealer in the color Cafe. So obviously this is a lot darker than my skin tone, but I really like to use this for contouring. I've been really into like cream contouring lately, so that's what I'm gonna do because I really like how it looks. Then I'm gonna use my, I don't really know what this is called. Honestly, I don't even know if you can still buy this anywhere, but it's just like this fluffy angled brush. So if you have anything like this, it will work. And then I'm just gonna blend out all of the contouring. I'm just going to use like a smaller fluffy brush. This is the Bare Minerals Soft Focus eyeshadow brush, but I'm going to use this to blend out my nose contour. And then sometimes I gotta go back in and kind of like brighten up all the areas that we just highlighted too, so. The sun is making me a little angry. I can't figure out if it wants to be sunny or cloudy right now, so the light keeps changing. So that's really fun. So I'm just gonna going over all of the areas that we highlighted with concealer, and then I want to go in and set everything with my Airspun Loose Face Setting Powder. And I'm just going to use the bottom side of my sponge. Alright, so now I'm going to go in with my Blooming Blush Brush by Bare Minerals, or from Bare Minerals. And the Wet n Wild contouring palette, and just very lightly go over all of the areas that I cream contoured, just to help bring them out a little bit. And then I'm going to go in with my Bare Minerals Seamless Shaping and Finish brush, and I'm going to use the first color in this e.l.f. blush palette. And then I'm going to take this stippling brush and just kind of go over everything to make sure it's all nice and blended. So then, taking my e.l.f. small stipple brush, I'm going to use my Steve Laurent Jelly Highlighter in Prosecco Please. And this is just like a gold highlight, and it's kind of like a creamy texture, but it goes over like powder just fine because obviously I already set my face. And yeah, it still works just fine even after you set your face, even though it's like a cream. Since I'm going for that bronzy look today, I'm going to do a gold highlight. That's probably enough for now. Next I'm going to go in and do the brows real quick, because doing brows is my least favorite part of makeup, so I usually leave it until the end, but we're just going to get them done and over with right now. Because why not? Oh, by the way, I'm using the CoverGirl eyebrow pencil, ultra fine brow pencil in soft blonde. I just picked this up the other day and I do really like it. I feel like it's pretty similar to the Anastasia Brow Wiz, honestly. Like it's got the brush on one end and then it's like a pretty thin pencil on the other side. And yeah, I like it. So I'm gonna use my large eye blending brush by Luxie and just my bronzer that I used on my face, the Wet n Wild contouring palette, and use that as a transition color. It's really dark back here, you know? And then it's a little bit better up here. So we're gonna scooch on up. Okay. I mean, since we are doing the eyes, we probably should, you know, be closer to the camera. Because that makes sense. I'm gonna use the same brush, the large eye blending brush, because you can see it when I'm doing this. I'm gonna use the Violet Voss Essentials palette, and I think I'm gonna mix this color and this color together and do like just a little bit warmer in the crease. And then I'm gonna go in with this Ace Beauty shadow in Iced Latte. This is what it looks like. So it's just kind of like this bronzy gold. color. And do we use our finger or a brush? I think I'm just gonna use my finger and pop it on the lid. And that's pretty shimmery. I kind of like it. And then I'm just gonna use my blending brush to make sure that it's blended out. So I'm gonna use the Jaclyn Hill Palette, and I'm gonna use this color right here, this like dark chocolatey brown color. And I'm gonna use my Sedona Lace Eye Brush 15 and just kind of deepen the outer corner. So next, I'm going to use my Hollywood and Vine black kohl liner. And I'm just going to put it under the lash line. And I'm actually going to put it on the top and then smudge it out as well. So it's going to do like a super thin line along the eyelashes. Doesn't have to be perfect, just make sure it's thin. And then I'm gonna take, I honestly don't even know where this brush is from, but it's like this teeny tiny little smudger brush. And I'm gonna use it to smudge the lash line. And go back in with the Sedona Lace Eye Brush 15. I'm just gonna kind of blend out the corner again. Alright, so I just went ahead and highlighted the inner corner of my eye. So I used the first two colors in the Jaclyn Hill palette. And then I also added a little bit of the Steve Laurent Jelly Highlighter that I used all over my face just to kind of help tie in the look a little bit. So yeah, then I'm gonna go under the eye with that dark brown shade that we put on the outer corner and that little smudger brush. I have makeup everywhere. And the little smudger brush that we used to smudge out the eyeliner. And I'm just gonna go on the bottom lash line. Then I'm going to use this, the Moda Pro BMX Detail brush, and it's just like this little fluffy guy. Good lord, how do I get makeup everywhere? Like, I don't even understand how I did that. No idea. And I'm going to use, I think I'm just going to use my bronzer that I used all over my face and for the first transition color, and I'm going to go over that and blend it out. Alright, so then next is mascara. So I'm going to use the Tarte Lights Caramel Lashes, which is my favorite mascara of all time. It is the best. I'm going to say it's the last thing, but it's probably not the last thing because I'll probably, I don't know, go back and do something to my face. But last thing is lips. So I'm going to use my Steve Laurent lip pencil in Vogue. I think that's what it is, yep. And then I'm going to use the ColourPop liquid lipstick in Magic Wand. Alright, so this is the finished look. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!
Some of my eyes, so that's fun. Stupid staticky hair. I think if I touch it, it like clings to my face, you know? It's not a good time. That's it. I don't know. That's all, folks.